I'm here with my colleague, attorney, Miss Lisbeth Osai, and we are here to represent the Registrar General today. Already what the World Bank representative talked about, he also talked about some of the things that we've been doing. Since this ease of doing business reforms, we started aggressively doing reforms. We've done quite a bit, and people can testify to it. Others too might have, something else to say. But I'll tell you what we've done. We've done quite a bit. If you'd all be let me say, if you can compare the past, let's even say the past 5 years, things are not the same. It's significantly improved. So when you say starting a business, with the ease of doing business, when you say starting a business, it doesn't just involve Registrar General. You have to make that clear. It involves 4 agencies. First, you need GRA, where you get the TIN. And now we have to get the NIA. You also need Registrar General's department to do the incorporation or registration. Then you need to have a business operating permit. You can't just register a business and then go off to do business. You need a business operating permit, which is issued by the Metropolitan Assembly. And then also you need SNIT. You need to take care of your employees' benefits, the payee. But what Registrar General has done is we've brought all these institutions under us. If you come to the Registrar General, you will notice that all of them have kiosks there. We are all being integrated in the front end and the back end. So therefore, we have like simplified forms, one form that incorporates all the data that is required from all these agencies. And then with one form, you can just register, and then once it's registered, you get the TIN, you get the, we have NIA as well. You get the PIN, you get, SNIT gets the information, and then you get your temporary business operating permit, which I understand very soon, it's valid for 3 months, but which I understand very soon is going to be more, going to get more time, maybe a year. So what we've created is a one-stop shop. Definitely it's been easier for the businessman, instead of them going from one agency to the other just to start a business. Registrar General has become the face of it, and we've produced a one-stop shop. Also, the Companies Act, which all the speakers have talked about, has really, it was in, the old one was in use for over 50 years, and therefore there were certain redundant things in it, but because it was embedded in the law, it was making business a little bit difficult, so we brought it into the, into today, right? We've improved the corporate governance in it. We've provided for electronic transactions, which will require that most of the things need to be electronically done. We need to move away from the manual, as the law is asking us that within the next 2 years, everything needs to be done online. We are going to move away from that paper, the manual registrations. We are supposed to go completely online. So within the next 2 years, that's something that we should be doing. Also, the Act requires that the Registrar General the Registrar of Companies is hived off. It needs to be hived off from the Registrar General. Currently, as it stands, the Registrar General's mandate is very, very large. We do marriages, we do administration of estates, and then all the businesses. And therefore, the staff is not enough to take care of all these things. What the new Register of Companies is going to do is to make us autonomous, which is good. We are going to be financially autonomous, and therefore we'll be able to do more things. We know what the issues are, but we need to be autonomous to be able to, take decisions and then improve our business. It will help with more education of the staff, and then provide more services. We are looking at, in the new office, getting a VVIP unit where we give the opportunity to those who really desire express services to pay maybe a little bit more to get that. So by and large, we are improving. When it comes to the technological improvements, we've upgraded our system, our software system. It's an ongoing thing. We are constantly upgrading it. And what we are even looking at is to change the whole system. But because with the new law, there are so many things that needs to be reflected in the system, which we can't do in the old system. We can improve it, but it's not going to be the best that we want. So what we are doing currently, we are in consultation, and IFC and the World Bank are assisting us to consult and then have a new system that will take care of all these technological issues. What we really want is to let everyone go online to do their registrations. We understand the issue of people coming there and then giving people to people who are not approved people, they are not staff members, and then people would rely on them. We don't want that. We want everyone to go online to be able to do their own registration, make a payment, and then do all their business administration online. Currently, we have an online portal. Others are saying it's not very friendly, which we admit. So that's why we are constantly doing these improvements. But you can easily go on the Ghana.gov and then make a payment. Initially, that was our big issue. You would go there to make a payment, but the payment would not reflect, and therefore it became difficult, because the registrar has to make sure that they've received the fees before the service is provided. But now we have the Ghana.gov, which is doing. So for now.
Okay, thank you very much, Domitie. Before I go on to the other panelists, I just want to ask you this simple question. In your processes, what's the estimated time for somebody to complete a business registration? If I started today, how many days or how many hours would it take for me to get my registration completed? What's your target for the institutional targets that you've set to deliver the service to people?
Well, the institutional target is, we would want a day. A day would be ideal, but at least now about 3 days.
About 3 days?
About 3 days, you should be able to get, if everything is, all things being equal. Because you need to make sure the forms are filled properly. The forms are not the most easiest to fill. So if you don't fill the forms properly or you don't get the required information, it might travel the whole length and then it's going to be queried, right? But if everything is set, because lawyers work remotely, those doing the registrations, we work remotely, so we were able to approve businesses all the time. So 3 days, but when it comes to sole proprietorship, a day, within a day, if everything is done and then it's in the system, a day.
So sole proprietorship a day,
yes.
The others 3 days.
Yes.
Has anybody tried it recently? Was it 3 days? Maybe those who have experiences you can share later. But I'm a bit conflicted also. If your processes have a target of a day to 3 days, yeah, why then would you need a VVIP unit? I'm asking this because, for example, they are not here, but I'll cite them. DVLA, they are improving their services and they've improved. But then they have express services at cantonments where I can go and have my service delivered to me in about 2-3 hours. Now, in 7 Ghanaians, if you're able to put in place certain structures to deliver express service, why don't you just roll it out for everybody else to enjoy? If you can do it in a day or 3, why do you have VVIP? And what targets do you have for the VVIP? Is it going to be just an hour or 2 hours? I hope you are getting me, because I feel that if your target is set and your operational system is such that you can deliver the target, do you still need a VVIP? Or is going back to some of the things that Charles mentioned, that the regulatory process is hijacked by some people who will drag it and then monetize it?
I mean, VVIP it's good everywhere. Okay, I mean, if you go to DVLA, I used it, and under 30 minutes, I got my document. So it's always an extra service. There are others who can't wait. When they come to Registrar General, they just can't wait. So if there's that extra service for them, you know, someone to take care of them, for them to get it in half a day, why not? Because the volumes too is much. We do get a lot of applications in a day. So.
Okay, thank you very much. I'll let Elizabeth speak if she has something to add. If not, I'll move to the Ministry of Trade.
Okay, thank you very much. In relation to the VVIP issue, I think that generally for sole proprietorships, that's what is within a day. And even for that, it means that approval is going to be granted in a day. So you get your certificate maybe a day afterwards or something. So if it comes to companies, which is what most people like to register, like my senior is saying, they might not want to wait for 3 days and all of that. So we'll be looking to cut it down to a day or half a day, if possible. Yeah.